back to the story of the first 100 days in office of the current administration, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And we have joining us right now, of course, public affairs analyst Nelson Ekujimi. Thank you so much for your time, Nelson.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so let's get straight to it. Let's look at the first 100 days in office of the current administration, particularly his stewardship, to the country. How would you rate his performance so far?
Well, thank you very much once again. The performance of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration in the last 100 days have been nothing but impressive in all ramifications. He has taken some bold economic decisions meant to redirect the Nigerian economy on the path to better days ahead. And you also look at some administrative decisions he has made with regards to also the economy, with regards to suspension of some policies that were put in place by the last administration. That tells you clearly that this is a leader who has come into office prepared. And like he told Nigerians, I came asking for this job. I don't need pity. All I need is support. And his last 100 days in office has shown clearly that this is a man who knows his onions and is bent to ensure that the better days for Nigeria will arrive sooner than later.
All right, so you'd also agree that right now, to a very large extent, you would say that some of those policies, Nigerians have not started really seeing the results. Instead, they're told to be patient, that the future is brighter and all of that. From your assessment, this is not the first time Nigerians have been told by administrations, even in the past, to be patient, that there are better days ahead. Do you see a light at the end of this tunnel?
I see more than a light at the end of the tunnel. I even see a light from the beginning of the tunnel, because these are issues that any being, if you want to be dispassionate, you can look at introspectively and ask yourself, is this the way to go? Absolutely, yes. So if people have failed you in the past, it does not mean, people will continue to fail you in the future. We live life based on optimism, based on hope. We are here this morning today speaking to Nigerians because, the Almighty gave us, the privilege to be alive. And when we went to bed yesterday, I didn't go to bed thinking I would not wake up to see today. I went to the bed with the hope that I will see today and many more to come. So Nigerians should understand that these are issues that they themselves can examine. It is not about Mr. President telling us X, Y, Z. It is for us as, collective stakeholders to take up the issues and examine it introspectively in line with what Mr. President, and look at it. Is he saying the truth? The government said it was removing fuel subsidy. Has it done it? What are the measures? And again, we must admonish ourselves that there is no quick fix to anything in life. If you get rich quick through quick fix, you end up, abruptly quick fix. So people must recognize that you have to plant to be able to harvest. And you can't plant today and expect to harvest today. You must plant, to harvest at a particular time. And if the government is taking these actions, it is for us, to be the watchdog, to ensure that we keep the government on its toes by looking at those policies where there are challenges along the way for us to speak up, and so that corrections can be made. Don't forget, those in office, including Mr. President, are mere mortals. It is only God that can take a decision and it will be infallible, that nobody can challenge. But when it comes to human beings, those policies of Mr. President and his administration have to be seen through by Nigerians. Mr. President cannot be everywhere. So if the government is constructing a road today, Mr. President will not be the one that will come and supervise the road from beginning to the end. A contractor would have been assigned. That road will be taking place in a community, and the community members also have a responsibility to ensure that, okay, this road that is being constructed for us, what is the level of work on this road? Oh, this road we were promised 2 days. It is becoming 1 year. What is the issue? We should ask questions. So for me, Nigerians might not see the benefits or the outcome now in tandem with a natural course of life, that you don't sow today and expect to reap today.
All right,
You
now
sow
talking
today,
about Nigerians, right? I'm sorry to interfere, but because of time. Now, some financial experts have actually, criticized some of the monetary reforms put in place by the president, of course, which has led to a 24.08% of July's inflation figure. We've also seen that since the removal of the subsidy, that's the fuel subsidy regime, there's been untold hardship. We also understand what is going on with the Naira. Right now, today, the figures keep going higher and higher. And also to compound all of this, the NLC, has been on a strike action since yesterday because of some of these policies, as a result of the fallout of these policies. So my question to you is two-pronged. Number one, what is your reaction to some of the effect, particularly on the day-to-day living of Nigerians right now, and some of the measures the current administration has put in to say, let's put this as shocker to help Nigerians survive, and also your reaction to the strike action by the NLC?
Well, my reaction to the effect of a cost of living on the average Nigerian on a daily basis is that, one, these policies that have been put in place are policies that will come with its pains. They will come with its drawback. But I can assure you, these are policies that have long-lasting effects. These are not policies that immediately it is put in place, it will be, hooray, that, things will just turn around overnight. Absolutely not. We must be honest with ourselves. We don't expect that when government or anybody comes up with a policy or policies, that people should be on the same page. That is the essence of democracy. People will, we disagree. But it is for you, if you are convinced, to look at the do's and to look at the positives and negatives of your policy and see if the essence of the policy is such that the greatest good for the greatest number of people will be achieved. That is it. Then talking about the NLC strike. Well, NLC has declared a strike. The reasons for declaring the strike is well known to them. As a public affairs analyst, I'm totally, in disagreement with NLC on this, because these are issues that they have been discussing, and for some Nigerians, they are wondering, why is it that every morning we wake up and NLC is threatening Nigerians with strike? How many people are even in the organized labor industry? The largest chunk of Nigerians are in the informal sector. And these are people that the government is trying to address, such that, when the effects of these policies start to manifest, they'll be the greatest beneficiaries and the larger Nigerian people as a whole.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Nelson Ekujimi.
Thank you very much for having me.